people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you are watching us from at this hour of the day. It's your brother, your friend, once again this morning on Matters Arising. I'm reaching you all the way from Lagos City, the star of excellency from Nigeria. I'm reaching you via the platform of NIGERIAN Watch. Thank God for another day. Yesterday was a blast all through. I promise today is going to be a better blast. Yes, if there's any word like that. So today is going to be another fully packed, entertaining, educating, and informative for today. So as you take your time, spend your time with me. I hope you find something to relax yourself with. Is it a cup of tea, cup of coffee, wine, whichever that works with your body best. Just relax yourself and move along with me this morning as we encourage ourselves, enlighten ourselves, inform ourselves, and entertain ourselves on the event that has happened in the last 24 hours around the globe. Yes, it's your brother Emmanuel, as I said before. I'm holding it down on behalf of my friend, my brother, Human Stephen on Matters Arising. He's the original anchor of this program, but right now he's unavoidably absent, so I'm holding it down on his behalf, hoping very, very soon he will join us. So as you are following us, please let's endeavor to start, press the subscribe button, encourage your friends, your well-wishers, your family to encourage your friends, your family, anybody around you to subscribe to NIGERIAN Watch. Encourage your friends, your family to subscribe to NIGERIAN Watch so that we will be able to reach as much people as possible. So that we'll be able to reach as much people as possible, so that a lot of people will be able to follow this program, know what we are up to, know the kind of information, the good news, the good information that are coming out from this from NIGERIAN Watch, so that we'll be able to reach as much people as possible, because that is the idea behind this program. We want to be able to reach as much people as possible. So without your like, without your sharing, without your like, without your sharing, we will not be able to achieve that. So we need your assistance, we need your help by way of liking and sharing our video. So stay glued to us, relax yourself, and as we move on today's Matters Arising. Don't mind me, my computer is trying to boot. It was updating when I on it this morning, so it's been updating in the last 40 minutes, 1 hour. So, but notwithstanding, we are almost there. It's already connected now. So we have a lot on our table today, a lot on our table to deal with. Event that has happened around the world in the last 24 hours. So relax yourself as you like our video, as you share our video, as you encourage your friends and your well-wishers, your family to subscribe to NIGERIAN Watch and follow us on every of our program. So first on the list of our table today is from the international scene. It's from the South Africa president. He has something to tell us in respect of COVID-19 vaccines that the world is trying to use to help every of their citizens. Is complaining about super rich nation hoarding COVID-19 vaccine, and is trying to advise the world that it will be very, very dangerous to, because you are a super rich nation, because you have money, you now buy more than what you need for your people. Is complaining that some countries are even buying more than 4 times what they need for their people. So let's go into the news proper. South Africa accused wealthy nation of hoarding vaccines as study warns of the economic toll for unequal assets. So this is South Africa President Ramaphosa speaking right now. The South Africa leader accused developed countries Tuesday of hoarding much needed coronavirus vaccines at the expense of poorer nations. As a new study warned that unequal access to those could cost the global economy $1 trillion. Speaking at virtual meeting of the World Economic Forum, South Africa President Cyril Ramaphosa called on wealthy nations to release any excess dose so that other countries can have them. The rich countries of the world went out and acquired large doses of vaccines. Some countries even acquire up to 4 times what their population needs, he said. So like I said before, he said some countries acquire more than 4 times what their population needs. That's super rich nation. So he's asking, he's begging them, he's advising them to release these things, not to hold it, because the implication of this is that it's going to make the economy of the world suffer more. Let's move on. We are all not safe if some countries are vaccinating their people and other countries are not vaccinating. Ramaphosa continued. We must eat together. We must act together in combating the virus. The president's remark came amid growing battles among nations over limited supply of the most effective vaccines against the coronavirus, which has infected about 100 million people and killed more than 2 million worldwide. The front-runner vaccines include 2 developed by the US-based companies Pfizer and Moderna, as well as 3 from Britain, AstraZeneca. Russia, China have also both developed vaccines, some of which have reached developed nations, but scientists say lack of data raises questions about the shot efficiency. In a study released this week and funded by the International Chamber of Commerce (ICC), researchers said that vaccine inequality among nations could lead to more than 9 trillion in global economy loss, half of which would be borne by advanced economy, even if they vaccinate their population, their entire population. So they are advising that the risk of hoarding or keeping this vaccine to themselves will make the world economy suffer at least $9 trillion. That is going to be the adverse effect if the super nation try to hoard or keep the vaccines to get for themselves in low. So that is very risky. So they are asking that they should release the excess of the vaccines they have bought. Some countries bought as much as 4 more than 4 what their population need. In a study released this week, okay, by the population, together Britain, Canada, the United States and the European Union have purchased the lion's share of the global vaccine supply according to publicly available data. No economy can recover fully from the pandemic until vaccines are equally accessible in all countries. The Paris-based ICC, a global trade and investment body, said in a statement. The report calculated that the global gross domestic product loses of not ensuring equal access to vaccine in higher than the cost of manufacturing distributing vaccines globally, which is put at the cost of $27.2 billion. This is because advanced countries are tightly connected to unvaccinated trading partners, which consist of a large number of emerging markets and developed economies. The report said as long as the pandemic is devastating economies in poorer countries, whether nations or experience in a negligible drag on their economies too, the report said. On Monday, the Director General of the World Health Organization, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, warned against what he called vaccine nationalism. It might serve a short-term political goals, but it is in every nation's whole medium and long-term economic interest to support vaccine equity, he wrote on the Twitter. Until we end the pandemic everywhere, we won't end it anywhere. As we speak, rich countries are rolling out vaccines where the world last developed countries which and wait, he tweeted. Every day that passes, the divide grows larger between the world haves and have-nots. So they are saying that if we continue the way they are going, the super rich nation continue the way they are going, the problem is not going to be solved anywhere, because the super nation need to do business with the poorer nation. And right now, the divide is getting wider every day because of the way. So they are encouraging the super nation to encourage equity in terms of this vaccine, so that the whole world will be healed of these diseases, so that everybody will be free and allowed to do business together. But if you audit and vaccinate your people 100%, and the countries that are coming to do business with you do not vaccinate their whole population, so you are still at risk. So that is what the world is advising the super nation to do now. This month, the world supported COVID initiative, which seek the equal distribution of vaccine worldwide, said that it signed a vaccine purchase agreement with Pfizer and AstraZeneca for about 180 million doses. Some of them will be available in the first quarter of 2021, the statement said. Afghanistan, however, said it does not expect to receive the first COVID shot for another 6 months. In total, COVAX said that it is on track to deliver 2 billion coronavirus vaccine doses in 2021, including 1.3 billion doses in 92 lower income countries. So World Health Organization is trying to come to the rescue of smaller countries, poorer countries. There are some countries that are even afraid that in the next 6 months they are not even sure they will start vaccinating their people. That is how to tell you the risk we are still in. So they are advising the super nation, the super rich nation, to please allow equity, support other poorer countries to be able to vaccinate their people, so that at the end of the day, the world will be free to mingle, to do business together. So that is what Ramaphosa is talking about right now. So in that regard, we'll be going to another news item on our agenda, and this news item is from Nigeria, and is from former Nigeria Vice President, former Nigeria Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Now, Atiku Abubakar is advising Nigeria politician, Nigeria government on how to go about the present situation we find ourselves in Nigeria politically. The best approach to this problem, especially against the backdrop of the insecurity in Nigeria, the no unity, no oneness among Nigerians. So Nigeria needs to restructure to avoid failed state prophecy. Nigeria needs to restructure to avoid failed state prophecy. That is according to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Yeah, Atiku Abubakar, let's go into the news proper and see what Abubakar have to tell us in this regard. A former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has said Nigeria must restructure to have peace. Atiku, in a statement on Monday issued by a media officer, said Nigeria needs peace, unity, prosperity, but argued that they are dependent on the countries having social justice. He said without justice there can be no cohesiveness in a multi-ethnic and multi-religious nation like Nigeria, added that the country must be restructured. He said Nigeria is not a failed state, but argued that it was at the risk of becoming one of the political stakeholders did not resolve the foundation. If the political stakeholders did not resolve the foundational challenges that made it difficult for the central government to discharge its responsibility effectively. The current ethnic and religious clashes bedeviling Nigeria are symptoms of the diseases. They themselves are not the illness. We must address the root cause of these various symptoms of insecurity Nigeria now faces. It has been said by many behavioral scientists that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. Yeah, Nigeria is used to doing that. We want to do the same thing over and over again, but we want to expect different results. It's never going to work. So like Atiku just said, the former vice president, that is a very clear definition of insanity. When you do the same thing the same way, but you want a different result. We have been practicing this structure for almost 60 years now. That was after the Civil War. And see where it has gotten us to. Yet, our politicians are not wise enough to know what to do. Okay, we have been operating from the same military foundation and have given several names since January 15, 1966. Other than site name change, the mode has remained the same and the yield has changed only a little, Atiku said. Yes, that is a very good 100% with Atiku on this. We must restructure because of our diversity. Nigeria is a diverse nation. We have different ethnic group, different tribe, different religion. And these people think from their background, from what they are used to, and we now come and meet at federal level. So there must be a way to make our thinking, our background to align and work together as an entity of a nation before we can think of moving forward, before we can think of taking Nigeria to another level. If this is the way we have been practicing since 1966, and it has not given us any positive result other than just changing of name, changing of paper, it has not really given us positive result. So we need to change, except we just want to keep deceiving ourselves until we do that change. Some people will tell you, no, it's not the change that matters. It's not the restructure that matters. It is we to restructure our mind. In as much as I agree that Nigerians need to restructure their mind, but the system that allow our mind to be dirty, the system that allows our mind to always choose to do the wrong thing, should be first of all taken care of. Yes, it should be first of all taken care of, because it is the structure that allows us to always think negatively. It is the structure that allows us to always want to do the wrong thing. So that is why we must change the structure. We must change the way we behave. We must change the thing that guides us. The thing that guides us, and that thing that guides us is the structure that we are today. That is the thing that guides us. If we allow this process to continue, we are never going to go anywhere. Let me just take a little bit of what I think. This is my opinion. Now, a system that allows a president or a leader of a nation to just sidetrack one region in his appointment, he does not even care what that region think. He does not even care whether the regions are crying, the people from that region are crying or not. All he just do, every of his appointments, he marginalize them, and the constitution allow it. In a diverse society like us, that is not a good structure. There must be a framework that makes the president or the leader of the country to do things the way it favors every region. He must be bound by it. It shouldn't be an option. He must be bound by those laws that, if you are picking your cabinet, if you are picking your service chiefs, every region must be included. A very clear example of this service chief that just came up yesterday. No one from the southeast. No one from the north central. And you pick two from northeast. So you have just given another room for the people from that region to have reason to complain. You have just created another disunity with that singular act. So that is why the structure must be changed to the point that we will not even depend on government to pick from a state, or federal government to pick from a state before that state can function. Because the structure that we have today is more or less somebody must represent from the state before that state can function. So we need to restructure. It is very clear. I am with Article 100% on this. But the only question I have, when he was the vice president, did he advocate for this kind of thing? Did he support or even propose a bill as a vice president? Or is he just saying it because he is not in the office? Now he cannot see clearly, because that is one thing that is very common with Nigerian politicians. They see clearly when they are not in the office, but when they get to office, they don't see again. They don't see again. So I am 100% with him, even though I have questions for him to answer us. So I will not throw away the baby with the bathwater. What he said is correct, but I have questions for him. When he was the vice president, what did he do to restructure Nigeria? throughout your 8 years as a vice president of Nigeria? Did you make any effort? Did you sponsor any bid to make Nigeria, to restructure Nigeria? So that is that for now. That's that for now. Let's go into the next on our news item after the article advice for Nigeria. This next on our agenda, excuse me, is meet Nigeria new service chiefs. Yes, these are the new service chiefs. You remember I broke a news yesterday on this platform that Buhari changed service chiefs. Service chiefs are the military men, the head of all our military armed forces, the army, the navy, the air force. So he changed the leaders, and we have cried for it for over 2 years. We have been crying for change, that these people were not delivering on assignment given to them. Thank God the president finally came up yesterday and sacked the former one then and appoint new service chiefs. So I want us to meet them and know who they are, a little bit of their profile, so that you know who they are as your service chiefs. President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday appoint new service chiefs following the resignation of the former officers. Major General Leo Irabo replaced General Abayomi Olaniseku as Chief of Defense Staff. Air Vice Marshal Isiaka Oladayo Amao replaced Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar as Chief of Air Staff. Rear Admiral Zumberu Gambo replaced Vice Admiral Imbok Eten Ekwe Ibayas as Chief of Naval Staff, while General Ibrahim Ataru replaced Lieutenant General Tuko Yusuf Burutai as Chief of Army Staff. So my people, I want to say a very big thank you to us. I'm expecting your engagement, your comments, your opinions on issue. Please don't stop sending messages. Don't stop interacting with me. That is the way to make it lively. That is the way to make it me feel that yes, people are following me. People like what I'm doing. People are interested in what I'm doing. That is the energy I need. That is the multivitamin I need to push me to my limit. So I want to say very good morning to every one of you that are following me. Mommy Diaspora, MD Edosa, Amotekun TV, everyone, both the one that cannot mention their name now. I want to say a very big thank you, a very big good morning to you all. Please come up with your engagement, come up with your interaction, come up with your encouragement, come up with your solution, come up with your criticism if need be, so that we'll be able to correct wherever we are going wrong. Like this video, don't just sit down and watch. Like it to attract other people to follow us. Encourage your people to subscribe to NAIJA Watch channel, so that NAIJA Watch will be able to reach as much people as possible. Very, very important. That is the idea behind this program. So continue with where I stop. Below is the profile of the new officers. Major General Leo Irabo was born on October 5th, 1965, and he is from a Kasat local government area of Delta State. So Irabo is from Delta State. He was born in 1965, October 5th, in Delta State. He's a trained engineer from Obafemi Awolowo University and holds a 2 master's degree from University of Ghana, Accra, Bangladesh, University of Professional, Dhaka. and on one-time theater commander of Operation Lafia Dole, a Major General Erabo later took over as the commander training doctrine command in Abuja. He replaced General Abayomi Olanishekin, who served as Chief of Defence Staff since July 2015. So that is the much we can talk about Erabo now. He's from Delta State, from Ika South local government. He was born in 1965. He's a trained engineer. He has acquired different degrees. He graduated from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ghana University Accra, and Bangladesh University of Professional Dhaka. So he's a well-read, a well-trained military man. He had experience in fighting Boko Haram. That is when I got to know about him during Jonathan administration. He was very instrumental to how Jonathan was able to recover Sambisa Forest toward the end of his administration before the election. He was very, very instrumental. So that is the man, your new Chief of Defence Staff. Chief of Defence Staff. So the next one is Chief of Air Staff. Air Vice Marshal Isiaka Oladayo Amao was born on 14 September 1965 at Enugu. He is from Osogbo in Osun State. This is the person in charge of Nigeria Air Force. All those people, when they use plane, helicopter, they fight for air, they defend Nigeria. He is the person that is going to be in charge of them. So he is from he was enlisted into the Nigeria Air Force in January 1984. He is from Osun State. That's where he is from. After 7 years in service, he replaced Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, who has served as Chief of Air Staff since July 2015. So that is the much we know about the Chief of Air Staff. He is from Osun State, Osogbo to be precise, and he has experience in fighting Boko Haram too. He was enlisted into the Nigerian Army in 1984. So let's move on to the next one, which is Chief of Navy Staff, the person in charge of Nigerian Navy. This is the one in charge of Nigerian Navy. Rear Admiral Awa Zuberu Gambo was born on April 22, 1966, and he's from Nasarawa local government area in Kano State. He was enlisted into the Nigerian Navy on September 24, 1984 as a member of Regular Corps 36. Until his recent appointment, he was the Director of Procurement at the Defence Space Administration. Rear Admiral A.Z. Gambo replaces Vice Admiral Ibom Ete Ekwe Ibom, who served as the Chief of Naval Staff since 2015. So this one is from Zara, from Kano State. He was born in April 22, 1966. He is from Nasarawa local government in Kano State. He enlisted into Navy September 24, 1984 as a member of Regular Corps 36. Until his appointment, he was the Director of Procurement at the Defence Space Administration. So that is how far we can say about this Gambo, who replaces Ibom Ete. So next on the chart, let me look for it, is Chief of Army Staff. Now this one, they in charge of the people when they control, the leader of the infantry division. Army when they fight for ground, when they cover our borders, land borders everywhere, they defend Nigeria integrity and sovereignty. So the person when he replaces Sam Now we want, when the new appointee for that position, now we want to talk about now. General Ibrahim Ataro was born on August 10, 1966, and hails from Kaduna North local government area of Kaduna State. Major General Ataro Ibrahim was appointed to lead the offensive against Boko Haram in the northeast in 2017. So this one now from Kaduna, was born in August 1966. He hailed from Kaduna local government area of Kaduna State. At the point he was given an assignment to fight Boko Haram in northeast, May 2026. He was later replaced by General Nicholas Rogers before his appointment as the new chief of staff. He oversees the 82 Division Nigerian Army. He replaces Lieutenant General Tuko Brotai, who held the served in that office since July 2015. So this is the one. This one I take over for Brotai for the Land Infantry Division. So from their profile, their experience, we hope that they will be able to deliver. This is not the time to be pessimistic. This is not the time to feel bad about what happened. The president have decided to listen to us. Kudos to that. And let's give them chance to see if they will be able to deliver on the promises that the promises that we are expecting from them. So we hope that may God give them the wisdom they require to deliver on this new assignment that has been given to them. I hope they know that Nigeria is a very complex society, so they are prepared. They should be prepared for this assignment, fully prepared, because of the complexity of Nigeria society. Nigeria is not a very easy place to lead. I hope they know that. I hope they know that Nigeria is not a very easy place to lead. It's a very complex society, and when you are leading us, you must lead with sincerity and integrity. That is what this present administration lack. No integrity. Forget about their martyr that they are men of integrity. No, there's no integrity, and they don't fear God. They don't fear God. So that's why they are taking us to this level, that down to the pit that they are taking us to. So we pray and hope that they will be able to do better than their predecessors. That is my prayer for them. God will give them the wisdom to deliver better than their predecessors, because their predecessors only work for like 1 year. After 1 year, they don't work again. That is the truth of the matter. They don't work again. There was nothing about them again at all. So the next on our news item is from Rivers State. Our governor for Rivers State, Governor Wike of Rivers State, now they talk, and he's talking in respect of this new service chief. He get advice for them as they come into office. Wike wants new service chief against politicizing security. Wike wants new service chiefs against politicizing security. That is it. Wike wants new service chiefs against politicizing security. That is the advice of Wike to the new service chief that was just appointed by the federal government yesterday. Nigeria State Governor Nyesom Wike has warned the new service chief against politicizing the state security by making alliance. Wike made this known in a statement by the Commissioner of Information, Polinius in Siri, saying the president deserves commendation for finally listening to the voice of the people. The new service chief should not politicize security by aligning with politicians, he said. He also advised the new appointees should do better than their predecessors, noting that Nigeria, who lost confidence in their former service chief, were looking up to them. That's the truth. That's my position too. I just said it a few minutes ago that they need to try and up their games, take it to another level, so that they will try and deliver better than their predecessors. Very, very important. Nigerians finally lost confidence in them about 6-7 months ago, when the National Assembly even called for their sack. Even this weekend, few weeks ago, maybe inside December, yeah, it was very close to the end of the year, made address a conference, a press conference based on this service chief change, sack and other. So it's advising them to please don't align with the politicians. Carry on your duty holistically, with the fear of God, with respect for humanity. Not because you are a president or a minister is from a particular party that is ruling, then you want to align with them. That will not take us anywhere. That will not help us in any way at all. So I'm aligning with Wike's advice to the new service chief this morning. So let's go on with the reading. This is an opportunity to serve the nation, and I believe that the service chief will be focused and dedicated while praising the president's action as commendable. He challenged the new appointee to see their opportunities as an opportunity to re-engineer the nation's security architecture, which has suffered tremendous setback in the last 5 years. Yeah, that's my opinion. Our security have suffered a lot in the last 5 years. So please, these people should come up with fresh ideas, fresh, innovative ideas to take Nigeria's security to another level, to take us out of this everyday killing, kidnapping, all sort of criminal activities that is going on today in Nigeria. What the country needs now is competence and professionalism. They will reduce insecurity to the best minimum, he stated. He called on all levels of government to give the service chief the needed support they would require to execute their assignment. The replacement of the service chiefs by President Buhari comes after numerous calls for their sack over the increasing insecurity in the country. As far back as July, the Nigerian Senate had called on the service chief to step aside after the increase in insurgency across various parts of Nigeria. End of quote. End of the story in that respect. So that is the end of the story. The advice from Wike to please, they should be professional in their dealings, in their dealing with the issues of security in Nigeria. Professional, come up with ideas that will take us out of this setback we have been facing in the last 5 years. I'm so much in support of what Wike said, fully in agreement with Wike. So I advise the new service chief to please listen to this advice and be professional in all their dealings. Next on our news item this morning on matters arising. As you all know, we focus on things that are in the newspaper, things that make the headlines all over the world. That is where we focus our discussion and analysis on. So this morning we have this one. New salary structure for police coming soon. New salary structure for police coming soon. This seems to be a very good one. So let's go into the news proper and see what they have for us. Inspector General of Police IG Mohammed Adamu has said that 18,360 community police officers CPOs have been screened, vetted, and recruited and trained. 18,360 community police officers have been recruited, vetted, trained to support the Nigeria police on community policing. For me, this is a very good idea. This is a very good initiative. We need people that understand the community to take off security in every community. You cannot go and bring somebody from Zarapara to come and be a police in ITV Road in Benin, in TV Road in Benin, or Siloko Road in Benin, or Olia Quarters in Benin. They know nothing about that place. They will not be able to do much. They will not be able to deliver. So we need a system that encourages community policing. That is very, very important. So these are some of the structuring we are talking about. Now, this was as the acting chairman of the National Salary and Wage Commission, NSWC, ECO, said a new salary structure for police will soon come into force. Both men spoke at a workshop to sensitize members of the public on community policing, organized in conjunction with Unit Consult Limited, CO Loop and Co. in Abuja. Inter, who was represented by the Secretary to the Commission, David Nyenkia, said documentation on the approval salary structure of the police had been completed and was awaiting submission to the president for approval. He said they have been working around the clock to ensure the new salary structure was ready as soon as possible, following the president's order in the week of #EndSARS crisis late last year. So they said they have worked on new salary structure for police after the Hulabalu crisis of EndSARS that happened last year. So they have completed documentation for the new police salary structure. The document is waiting to be submitted to the president for upward approval. That's a good one. He said they have been working around the clock to ensure the new salary structure was ready as soon as possible, following the president's order in the wake of the EndSARS crisis late last year. Adamu said the recruitment of these CPOs, that's the community police officers, was conducted in 2 batches, with first consisting of 9,478 and the second 8,278. A state breakdown of the recruitment showed that Zamfara has the highest number with 2,550, which the IGP attributed to the security crisis in the state, while the federal government territory has the list of these are the state that asked for the state policing, community policing. Adamu said 4 states, Anambra, Borno, Kwara, Osun, are yet to undertake the recruitment and training through modalities for exercise were being perfected with their governor. So this first state, Anambra, Benue, Kwara, and Osun have not done this, but the process is still ongoing. But many of the states have gone into it. Let's continue. I just said the training ran from 4 weeks, adding that upon completion, the CPOs were kitted with specially branded police uniform with identification badge. He said most of the states have deployed the CPOs to their statutory duty upon completing the police and their communities in building trust. Adamu assured Nigeria of their safety and security by ensuring that the police maintain law and order across the localities. The police also said the force had been receiving special requests from some governors for recruitment, training, kitting, and development of additional CPOs to their domains. He said the governor had made commitment to meeting the financial requirement of the recruitment. According to him, such requests have been received from NIGERIA, Edo, Lagos, Nasarawa State, and had been attended to. Thank God I saw Edo there, because we are facing a lot of security problem. So I thank God. I trust my governor. He never lacked an idea of what to do. So it's part of the state that have requested for more CPOs to be trained and deployed to the state. We need it. We need it. Very, very important. Very, very key. If we want to take off insecurity in Nigeria. So that is for that for now. In moving forward, let me look for the next on our agenda for today. The next on our agenda for today. So please, the government should know that it is very, very important. Policing, community policing, we must embrace community policing. Very, 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 very important. We must embrace community policing. We cannot run away from it. That is the truth of the matter. We cannot run away from community policing. It is the way to go in this present situation that we find ourselves. It is the way to go. It is the way to go. So let's go into the next on our news item this morning. Over 50 million worth of properties lost to Ifeno, Igbo. Over 50 million worth of properties lost to Ifeno, Igbo. Yeah, you know, it was part of my breaking news yesterday afternoon that the Yoruba activist Sunday Adeyemi aka Igbo, who started a course. He called it the course was to free his people from that Yorubas, the Southwest, from the hands of the Fulani men. His house was attacked yesterday morning, very early yesterday morning, between 3 a.m. thereabouts. So Igbo has come to give an estimate of the amount that was lost in that attack, that Ifeno yesterday. And the effect is put the property, what he lost, the amount of money or the value of his lost yesterday to the tune of 50 million naira in that property. After yet to be identified fired hoodlums set ablaze his house in Ibadan Sunday Adeyemi Igboho has said over 50 million worth of property was lost to an Ifelo. Igboho, the man at the center of the recent eviction controversy in Oyo State, made a comment in Ibadan on Tuesday. He said the arsonists broke the gate to the building to gain entrance before setting the house on fire, and added that 2 people living in the house fled for their lives in the chaos. So he said the people came, the hoodlums came and broke the gate open, then gained access into the house and set the place ablaze. But thank God the 2 people that were living in the house, they were able to run for their dear life. So no news of life was lost. The value of what he said is a monetary value, which is over 50 million naira. Thank God for that. Money can always be recovered back. If it was human being, you cannot get the person back. Igboho also stressed that it was not political talk available for hire. Around 3:30 a.m. this morning, my sibling living in my old house came to alert me that some hoodlums were at the house shooting periodically, and that they had forced the gate open and set the house ablaze. He said, my sibling escaped unhurt, but my house was burnt. When we got there, the hoodlum had escaped, so we called the fire service to put out the fire. I am surprised that some Yoruba people will be supporting killer herdsmen to destroy my house. This saddens me. My agitation are for all of us to come together against killer herdsmen who have been terrorizing the Yoruba by kidnapping, killing our brothers and raping our women in Yoruba land. To my amazement, some Yoruba people are aiding these killer herdsmen. I expected them to come and attack my residence where I live. Now to show the me business. So he said he expected them to come and attack his own residence if they were bold enough, but they did not come. So he doesn't see them as people that mean business. And he's even surprised that some Yoruba people are supporting the killer herdsmen to attack him. That what he's doing is doing it for the generality of the Yoruba nation. I assure you if they had, I would have been able to give you evidence of the hoodlum that did this. The property destroyed in that inferno would not be less than 50 million. Igboho on Tuesday also responded to comment that it was a political talk for hire. The special advisor to the president on Buhari political matters, Obafemi Ojodu, on Monday has published a piece describing how Ojodu had intervened to convince Igboho from disrupting an Ekiti governorship election in 2019. But Igboho said he does not know Ojodu. I have noticed that the agitation that I am championing over the Fulani killer herdsmen is being politicized to malign and weaken me, he said. Those politicians are lying. All the claim of that man called Baba Femi Ojodu are all lies. I have nothing to do with him. I do not know him. Until those killer herdsmen have leave our fatherland, I will not rest. This is not politician. There is no politician funding me for this agitation. Since the killer herdsmen have been killing and kidnapping our people, no one government visited the place until I went to expose the havoc being wreaked on our people. No one group came to their rescue in Iparapa until I went there. I have to go because they are my family. I have the same tribal mark with Mr. Aburode who was killed by those killer herdsmen. I challenge any politician who claim to fund me to come out openly and say so. What I want from my people is peace to reign in Yoruba land. He said what he's fighting for is for the Yoruba nation. It's for the Yoruba nation. So he's fighting for the Yoruba nation. No politician is sponsoring him. The claim of that Ojodu, he doesn't know him. Those ones we cannot put our mouth for that one. Now they know, whether they know, they don't know, that is not our problem. Our own appeal is whether Ojodu or the Fulani herdsmen, any politician that is planning any evil against Nigeria should please reconsider your position. Crisis does not help anybody. Nobody benefits from war. Nobody benefits from war. So let us mellow down. Let us fight this cause. Let us work and bring about peace for our people. That is my advice for every one of them. Every one of them that is involved in this, whether from the part of the Fulani herdsmen, from the part of the Igbo or other politicians who are involved, whether they are operating from background or whatever. Please, let's encourage peace in our society. Let's encourage peace in our Nigeria. So that is the most important thing for me. Please, let's encourage peace. Peace is the ultimate thing. Nobody benefits from crisis. Nobody benefits from war. That is for that. Now, like I always do, I always want to end this thing with Edo. So have some Edo news, some sharing news, some good news coming out from Edo. Now, I am now in Edo session of news from Edo session of this program right now. PTF in Edo hails Obaseki on testing response strategy. The Presidential Task Force, PTF, on coronavirus diseases, COVID-19, has said the Edo State Governor, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, for his administrative, robust, systematic response to diseases outbreak in the week of the second wave of the pandemic. Lead Presidential Task Force COVID-19 profile, Professor Emiaro Igumbo, gave the commendation while addressing journalists in Benin City. Igumbo said the team was on 5 days official visit to Edo State to provide supportive supervision to the state response to COVID-19. According to him, we are here in Edo State undertaking supportive supervision about the state response to COVID-19 in general, but specifically around how we are improving our test rate across the nation. We have the opportunity to meet the governor, Godwin Obaseki, or other key stakeholders in the health sector. We are very grateful to see the command that the governor has put around the response, all that is doing to support the activities of public health services. We continue. We want to keep the word out there around testing for COVID. We have seen a surge in cases in recent times and are encouraging the population to come out and get tested. We are visiting the various laboratory facilities. We like the decentralization testing strategy that the state has adopted. We just want to give the reinforcement to that and communicate this even onward to our colleagues in federal and other states to take a lead from such good feat that we are seeing in Edo State. We hope that in the next while, we hope that in the next while we would get the more people tested, we will get the more people tested, and we can use that as a promise to inform the response and control the pandemic, which remain very real in our community. So these people, this agency in charge of COVID-19, there's a team of them that are in Edo State. They went there to supervise and support the work Edo State government is doing, and they are coming up with a good testimony commending the state government for what they are doing to free the society of COVID-19. And they are commending him, they are praising him, especially for decentralizing the testing centers. So everybody don't have to come from Uromi everywhere to come to a Benin City to do testing. That is a laudable one, that is a good one, and I will appeal to the government to please keep the good work in the area of the COVID-19, keep it up, and let's make the best we can do to help our people. Very, very, very important, very, very key. I thank you, my dear governor, for this good initiative, and they are even advising other states to come and take a cue from other states to learn from what Edo State is doing in respect of COVID-19. So like my people will always say, where Amarupa Arupi. So you have been able to still prove area where you still did good, despite all the insecurity problems that we are facing. So when we see the good one, we praise you. When we see the bad one, we will still bring it out. So we will not only be hammering on the good ones or the bad ones. So you are not doing well in the area of security, but we hope you take it a notch better in the area of security. But this one that you are doing well, we will still praise you and bring it out for people to see the area that you are doing very well. So my people, I am surprised that I am not seeing comment. I don't know. So I don't know if you people are not commenting. I don't know if you are commenting. I'm not reading it out because I'm not seeing it. That is the problem. I don't know what is the problem. Maybe after the program I may have to check the setting again. I am not seeing comments. I hope I am not alone this morning. Mommy Diaspora, MD, Amateku TV, Ekwase, I hope you people did not leave me alone this morning. I hope I did not come alone. So please engage with me. But if you are commenting and I'm not reading it, pardon me, I am not seeing it. I am not seeing it. So don't be offended. After this broadcast, I will have to check the setting again and see what is wrong with it that I am not seeing comments. So that is for the PTF in Edo State Presidential Task Force on COVID-19. So that is their commendation, their praises for our super intelligent governor for taking bold steps, for putting the right things in place for Edo State to be free of COVID-19. So moving on is still from Edo State. Which is about the persecution of Edo's persecution of people in Edo State that are not obeying the regulation, the guidelines for preventing COVID-19. So that is where we are now. The court is still very, very functioning. They are still doing what they needed. They are still trying to whip the people into line, to make them obey the laws of COVID-19. So I think we should still educate us on how far they have gone. Yesterday, they convicted some people. They discharged 2 out of the 13. Two out of 13 were discharged and acquitted. 11 was sentenced to 3 hours community service. Let's go into the news proper. Edo Mobile Court arraigned 30 persons, convict 11 for violating regulations. A mobile court sitting in Benin City, headed by Chief Magistrate Bright Eraze Onia, on Tuesday convicted 11 persons for disobeying the directive of the Edo State government on compulsory use of masks and the restriction of movement. The convicted persons that were arrested at various locations in the state capital Benin City pleaded guilty to the offence and for leniency from the chief magistrate. The court ordered the convicted persons to carry out their 3 hours of community services within the premises of the Edo State High Court, Benin City. 2 other persons, Ms. Stephen Francis and Mr. Uti Christopher, who pleaded not guilty, were discharged and acquitted by the chief magistrate on the ground of no witness to alleged offence committed. The 11 persons convicted by the court include Comfort Oko, Izobos Maris, Doris Idada, Habibat Osayende, Emmanuel James, Friday Peters, Joseph Nwagbo, and Ola Michael. Those are the names of the people that was convicted. Why 2 were discharged and acquitted, and those 2 that were discharged and acquitted were Miss Stephen Francis and Mr. Uti Christopher, who pleaded not guilty. So they were discharged and acquitted on the ground that nobody came to give evidence against them based on the crime that was committed. So on that ground, they were discharged and acquitted, meaning they were set free to go out of the 13. So the name I read before were the names that were sentenced to 3 hours imprisonment within the premises of the courts. They were sentenced and they are discharged. They were convicted. They are now ex-convicts. So moving on, Mr. Mohammed Tanko and Beko Chima were convicted for disobeying the restriction of movement order, thereby committing an offence contrary to the regulation of 16.3 of the Edo State Dangerous Infectious Disease Emergency Preventing Regulating 2020 and Section 203 of the Criminal Code Law Cap 48, Volume 2, Law of the Defunct Bendel State 1976 as applicable to Edo State. So these 2 people, Mohammed Tanko and Beko Chima, were convicted based on defying the 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. To 6 a.m. coffee. That movements, people should not be seen moving except on essential duty. Anytime from 10 in the morning to 6 a.m. 10 in the night to 6 a.m. in the morning. People should not be seen within Edo State moving around, or Benin City moving around because of the COVID-19. So some people still see wisdom, still find wisdom in moving around those hours. So those were the offense of uh, those two the last two that those two names, the last two names that was that was listed. So I'm appealing to the people to please, there is COVID-19. COVID-19 is real. Please obey the guidelines. Follow the guidelines so that we will not be a source of spreading this dangerous disease. We're talking about our life now. We're talking about the life of our family. We're talking about the life of our children, life of our young ones. So please, for the sake of our loved ones, for the sake of our family, for the sake of our children, if you are not going to do it for yourself, do it for your children, do it for your family, your people that you love, your brothers, your sisters. Don't go out and pick this thing and bring it home. Please follow the guideline. If you don't need to go out, don't go out. If you need to go out, use face mask. Very, very important. Wash your hand regularly. Once you go out, you come back, the first thing to do is to wash your hand. Wash your hand. Avoid hugging people. Avoid shaking hands with people. These are the guidelines, these are the way, the non-pharmaceutical way of taking care of this disease. The non-pharmaceutical way of taking care of this disease. Please, I beg you in the name of God. So I want to thank the Edo State Governor or Edo State government for this measure they are taking to free Edo from coronavirus. Very, very important. I thank you, my governor. Keep it up. Keep coming up with ideas that we make Edo State free, at least reduce it to the least minimum. The least minimum. Very, very important. And I like I've always said, this thing is working now because it was not monetized. If it was monetized, no way, it will not work. It will not work. People will not be put to shame like this. Because what is happening now is that it's just that people are now being put to shame. They are name and shame. It is because the people are not made to pay money. If it was monetized, they will pay money. No way. If it was monetized, it will not get the desired result. I need to say, if it was monetized, it will not get the desired results. I can assure you that. So it's working right now because it does not involve money. It does not involve money. So because it does not involve money, so people the thing is getting the required results. Because it did not involve payment of fine, 10,000, 20,000, 20. That is why. If it was involved payment of fine of even 5,000, people will prefer to just bribe their way. The agency in charge will see it as opportunity to enrich themselves. But because it does not involve money, so everybody is no opportunity to exploit. So everybody is just playing to the gallery. Everybody is just doing the needful, doing the right thing. So I commend you, and I still, like PTF said, some other states should come Edo State and learn how to do some of these things. Now, We have another sharing news from Edo State. Another very, very, very sharing news. Though some people may not see it as sharing, but if you know where we are, if you know where we are coming from, you will see it as sharing news. I'm not blaming those that will not see it as sharing news. It's your opinion. I respect it. Because normally, these are not things normally in a sane society that you use to judge the government. But because of where we are coming from, because of where we are now, so me, I see it as sharing news. If you quarrel with me, I don't have a problem. You have the right to quarrel me. So the news says Obaseki pays January salary stroke pension. That is the headlines. Obaseki pays January salaries stroke pension. So what that means is that as of today, which is I think today is 26, 27, yeah, 27. Obaseki Edo State have paid the salary of workers and pensioners in the state. For me, that is a very serious news, because there is nothing that hurts more than when you work, you don't get salary on time. It's very demoralizing, very degrading, very discouraging. That is why there are a lot of corruption in that system. Because if you work and you don't get your salary as at when due, then you have to look for a way to survive. You have to. You must survive. So you either, there are ways to it. Either you go begging, or you go creating another way to make money, which is which might become corrupted way. Yes. Those are the things you can do to help yourself if you are working and you are not getting salary. If, as somebody that have spent 35 years of service, is now retired, his body is weak, he cannot do much, he gave it for himself, at the end of the month he cannot collect his salary. That is a very big opportunity for corruption. So the people in service look at those people and say, this man is 70 years now, he does not get his salary. So which means this means that he's working. If I finish my 35 years too, or I run my 65 years of age, I will not get salary too. Then you have to now do things to secure your future. You must. So that is why this is a sharing news for me. So let me read it full. The Edo State government has paid January salary and pension to workers and retirees in the state, as the governor, Godwin Obaseki-led administration reiterates his commitment to workers' welfare. In a statement, Secretary to the state government, Osarodion Oge Esquire, said the payment is in line with the governor's directive on prompt payment of salary and pension to civil and public servants as well as retirees from the state civil service. According to him, we have paid January salary, pension to workers and retirees in the state in line with the commitment of the governor, Godwin Obaseki administration, to meet his statutory obligation to workers and retirees in the state. The payment was made despite the challenges posed by the economic setback confronting the Nigerian economy and other parts of the world amid coronavirus pandemic. Oge said the state government will continue to consolidate on several reforms being undertaken in Edo State civil service and public service, including rigorous training program, revamp of workspace, and development of technology to improve on efficiency. Beautiful one. Yes, he has paid salary for January, both for retirees. This is a good news, because we know where we are coming from. Like I said before, ordinarily this is not the way to pray. It's your duty to pay salary. But in Nigeria, the case is different, especially from the background of where we are coming from. So for a state government to be able to pay promptly and even pay pensioners, beautiful. And it's promising that they are going to revamp the civil service, training, human capacity building, training and retraining of your staff to build their mindset, to make them understand what they are, their responsibility to the public that they serve. Very, very important. And promise that they are going to invest in technology to make their work easy and more efficient. Yes, that is the way to go. Technology is the way to go. Gone are the days we still do things where we, like 18th century. I don't know why we don't want to up our games in terms of technology. We still do things like we are still in 18th century. We have passed that stage. So I want to thank the government or the governor of Edo State for this achievement. For me, it's an achievement. It's an achievement. If you don't see it as an achievement, no problem. No problem. You have the right not to see it as an achievement. Because it's even ridiculous that we see it as an achievement in the true sense of it. So, but like I always said, against the background of where we are coming from and where we are now, it's an achievement. Kudos to you, my governor. Kudos to you, the government of Edo State, and I appeal to you to please up the game, especially in the area of retraining and expansion of workspace and introduction of upgrading of technology. Very, very important. We must up our game in that area. We must up our game in that area. Very, very important. Very, 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 very important. Our time is fast spent. That is the much we can take on news item today. I hope I have tried to break it down the way, even if it seems like I am all alone, because I'm not getting feedback, I'm not getting comments, I don't know what is the problem. I hope I'm not alone. I hope it's a setting problem or a network problem. After this program, I will have to go and check my settings and see if there's anything that caused that I am not getting messages. Don't be offended that I did not read your messages. Don't be offended, please. It's something that is beyond my control now. It's something that is beyond my control now. Please bear with me. Please bear with me and encourage me as I move on. Today I will still go out to serve you better. I need your encouragement. I need you to start sharing these videos. Encourage your friends to subscribe, your brothers to subscribe to NAIJA Watch channel on YouTube. If by doing that, you are making us to reach as much people as possible. Share this video to all your contacts, all your friends, all your group, all the platform that you belong to. Please share this video. Let it reach as much people as possible. Like it, don't just sit and watch. Like it. Like it. That is the way to attract people to watch videos online, because they want to know why people are liking it. When they see many likes, they want to go in and check what is there. So please follow me. Don't be discouraged. I don't know what happened this morning. In my assignment that I have decided to take up, the idea is to take as much children, as much young people out of the streets, to make a better society, to reduce the level of crime in the society. Because if you leave them in the streets without learning work, sooner or later they are going to find themselves where they don't want to be. That is not their destiny. That is not what God wants for them. Nigeria can do better. We have the capacity to do better. We have the capacity to do better. We are hardworking people. It is our government that is creating the problem. So I want us to think less of the government. I want us to just leave them, especially this present government. Leave them and move on. So that assignment that I have decided to take, I need you to encourage me. I need you to follow me. I need you to correct me where I'm wrong. Comment good morning. Even though I did not see anyone this morning, I don't know. I don't know what is the problem. I hope it's not. I don't know. Let me finish and I will know. So please, I need those encouragement. I need those morale booster. I need those multivitamins. By liking, sharing, subscribing. Yes, those are the morale booster. Those are the multivitamin. Those are the energy booster that I need to push me and deliver on it. By the special grace of God, God will give me the grace and wisdom to deliver on this assignment that I have decided to. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you as we move ahead today. I was expecting you excuse me. So I wanted to call it a day today, this morning, by the special grace of God. Tomorrow will be another day for matters arising with Humanist TV. Holding it down here is Emmanuel Oni. But certainly by the grace of God, we'll meet again here to feed you with all that has happened in the world within the last 24 hours. Thank you so much, and God bless you, and do have a great day ahead of you. Ciao.